Hi everyone, I am Navneet Singh and in this video I will show you what components you will get in the box and how you can connect or assemble these components in order to form different types of robots. So let's start. These all are the hardware components which you will get with your nuMROBO kit. This is the base chassis of nuMROBO which contains 9-volt alkaline battery, 2 motors and 2 connectors to connect various sensor modules or add-on modules. This is a connector using which you can connect various sensor modules. These are removable connectors and there are 2 of these connectors. One of these connectors in the front of the robot and another in the back of the robot. And these are the 2 motors, one for left and one for right, and this is a 9-volt alkaline battery. In case this battery is exhausted, you can replace it by simply pulling it out by holding the wire. Then you can replace it with any other 9-volt alkaline battery. But keep in mind, only use a high quality 9-volt alkaline battery like a Duracell battery or a Amazon Basics battery. Don't use any cheap quality zinc carbon 9-volt batteries. Once the battery is replaced, you can simply snap it back into the chassis. It can be of somewhat tight fit and will take some force to snap it back into the chassis. Now this is the nuMROBO base shield sitting on top of an Arduino compatible UNO board. It is the brain of our nuMROBO and will control all the other components of our nuMROBO. This is the built-in Bluetooth module, motor control IC, on-off switch, ultrasonic sensor socket, IR sensor socket, power socket, right motor socket and left motor socket. Now this will slide into our nuMROBO base chassis and will sit on top of our nuMROBO base chassis. This is a programming cable using which we can burn the code into our Arduino compatible UNO board. One side of this wire will go into our Arduino compatible UNO board and other side will go into the USB port of our computer. This is a shovel and we can connect this shovel in front of our Bluetooth controlled robot and then we can play Robo Soccer or Robo Sumo Wrestling. This is an ultrasonic sensor module which is used to calculate distance from an obstacle present in front of our robot. It can be used to create an obstacle avoidance robot. This is an IR sensor module and it can be used to find out if a line is present below our robot or not. It can be used to create a line follower robot. Now we will see how we can connect these different type of components in order to form different type of robots. Let's take our base chassis. The back side of base chassis is that which have these grooves or slots through which we will slide our Arduino compatible UNO board, and the front side is that which doesn't have these slots. So in this way we can define the front and back side of our nuMROBO base chassis. Now remove the cable ties which was used to tie the cables together. Don't throw these cable ties away, they will come handy later on. So keep them on a safe place. Now pick up your nuMROBO base shield sitting on top of a Arduino compatible UNO board and start making the connections for battery, left motor and right motor. The battery wire should be plugged into the power socket and the wire coming from the right motor should be plugged into the right motor socket. And similarly the wire coming from the left motor should be plugged into the left motor sockets. These connections should be made very carefully and you should recheck all the connections once done. Now move away all the wires from the base chassis in order to make a clearance for Arduino compatible UNO board. Now start sliding the Arduino compatible Uno board into the grooves or slots made for it. Move it forward till it sits perfectly on the nuMROBO base chassis. We can see that there is a mess of lot of wires. We can combine all these wires and tie them together with a cable tie so that it doesn't mess with the operation of our robot. This much setup is enough for creating a Bluetooth controlled robot, as nuMROBO base shield has a built-in Bluetooth module. Now we can connect this shovel in front of our Bluetooth controlled robot. In order to do so, just simply snap in the shovel into the connector. In this way, we can create a Bluetooth controlled soccer robo or Bluetooth controlled sumo wrestling robot. Now in order to remove this shovel, just gently pull it out from the connector and it will be removed. This is an ultrasonic sensor module. It is used to calculate the distance of an obstacle from our robot. It can be used to create an obstacle avoidance robot. In order to connect it with our robot, simply snap it on into our connector. It will be of very loose fitting. Now take the wire of our sensor module and plug it into the socket for ultrasonic sensor. Now the sensor will be retained on its position by the tension from the cable. So use the cable tie in order to maintain a particular position of our sensor. In this way, we can create an obstacle avoidance robot using an ultrasonic sensor. In order to remove the ultrasonic sensor module, simply snap it out of the connector and remove the wire from the socket. Now I will show you how we can make a line follower robot using a IR sensor. This is an IR sensor. Using this IR sensor, we can create a line follower robot. To connect this IR sensor, simply snap it into the connector and put the wire into the socket made for IR sensor. Now the position of this IR sensor will also be maintained by the tension of the wire. So use the cable tie in order to maintain a particular position of our IR sensor. In order to remove the IR sensor, simply snap it out of the connector and remove the wire from the socket. In order to program your robot, you need to use the programming port of your Arduino compatible Uno board. Use your programming cable and plug one side of it into your Arduino compatible Uno board and other side into a USB port of a computer. Then use the Arduino IDE in order to burn the code into your robot. Our hardware assembly tutorial is completed. Please don't forget to watch our other tutorial videos on nuMROBO. Thank you.